Hello everyone and welcome, I'm Kiv, and today we're going to be talking about some Halo Infinite news. We've actually got a little speck, a little sliver of some news finally. For like 2 weeks I think, we've been waiting for at least a little bit of an update on something. And so I'm going to be talking about a recent article which was released on GameSpot, and it basically explains how the Halo Infinite delay was actually not based off E3 feedback. It was actually a decision that was made months prior, and it just happened to coincide, I guess. So basically, Phil Spencer ended up saying in an interview, sometimes what hits the press or when certain things get announced, they have actually already happened months before, and he admitted that the game's delay so soon after its reveal was actually just really bad timing, and that it's not always accurate when these things line up, and that they did take the feedback coming out of the July showcase seriously. However, he went on to say that it was a miss on his part to actually have the July showcase with Halo Infinite, and then only a couple of weeks later then have to move the date. And then he kind of goes on to talk about expectations and things like that. But basically, we can already see what he means from this, okay? And this is the confirmation of news that we've been wanting to hear for so long, to actually have a legitimate reasoning and explanation behind the delay that we saw for the game. And that's really, really big, and it's been a long time coming. So finally, we've gotten that bit of news, but what does that mean for the game? What does that lead us to believe? Because lately, we've been getting a lot of conflicting bits of news and information, I guess you could say, because there are some leakers who are basically saying that the game is in playtesting, the game is in its final stages of getting polish on it, and it's more so just making sure that everything works well, and that it's able to have a steady launch. That's the kind of impression that I've been getting from those leaks, but the official mouth of 343 is still very quiet, because if the game is so close to finishing, then why haven't we heard more from the actual developers? Why haven't we heard more from updates and community managers who are basically meant to give us the info on how the game's going? Because we still don't have an official release date. That's something that should be reasonable to establish if the game is that close to finishing. So that's why it's a bit of a sticky situation, and it leaves a lot of us Halo fans at a situation where we don't really know which way to turn. Now, don't get me wrong, this is awesome news to hear from Phil Spencer, because it completely changes up the context for why the game was delayed. It wasn't as if they were just reacting to our feedback and saying, ah, shit, well, all of our progress and all of our ideas from the past few years have just gone to the shits and we now have to go right back to the drawing board. It's not that scenario at all, which is very reassuring. Phil Spencer then kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent talking about 343's team and how he still has faith in them, but that kind of felt off to me as a little bit of public relations damage control. Because remember, the new Xbox consoles are now out, so, you know, it's always got to be the bright lights, happy smiles, and make everything look good. And so you can't have people stressing out about one of your next major games because of employee turnover. So it's a bit of a weird mix of news. But I mean, hey, that's just my take on all of this. I want to know what you guys think. Do you feel as if this is the kind of news that is mixed with PR stuff, or do you think that this is a very good sign? Do you think that this is actually something that we should be keen for? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Keeping things nice, short, and sweet as always, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all on the next one. I've been Kiv, and I'm out.